The flag goes up. Net off, 6 runners over 2 miles in the grade 3, Betvictor Limestone Lad Hurdle. And it's Felix Desgy straight in the front, followed by Whiskey Sour and Saint Felicien. A break then to Wolf Prince, DARASSO, and held up the grey Petit Mouchoir as Felix Desgy races away clear of the field from Whiskey Sour, who's tracked by Saint Felicien. And then there's a further gap in the field to Wolf Prince, who's being followed by DARASSO and Petit Mouchoir. On to the second flight, and stringing them out is Felix Desgy and Jordan Gainford, followed by Whiskey Sour and Paul Townend, and third is Saint Felicien and Robbie Power. Good to see Robbie back in action here at Naas today. Wolf Prince and Sean Flanagan dispute fourth place with DARASSO and Mark Walsh, and bringing up the rear Petit Mouchoir and Jack Kennedy. Well strung out with the circuit in front of them. Turning away to the third flight, and it's Felix Desgy, a long way clear of Whiskey Sour and Saint Felicien. And then on the inside is Wolf Prince, who's followed by DARASSO, and the back marker remains Petit Mouchoir. 1.5 miles to go as they go along the side of the track to the third flight. Felix Desgy faces up to this one with a reduced advantage over Saint Felicien, who's going into the flight. And narrow second from Whiskey Sour, then Wolf Prince, DARASSO, and the back marker is Petit Mouchoir. The field has tightened up a little, heading towards the 10 furlong point, and the fourth flight at Ballpark, the halfway stage. Felix Desgy by a diminishing 5 lengths to Saint Felicien, who's taken the second spot off of Whiskey Sour, and then DARASSO, Wolf Prince, and Petit Mouchoir. On to the fourth. At the halfway point, it's Felix Desgy, being followed by Saint Felicien. In third place, Whiskey Sour. Wolf Prince, a slight mistake, one from last. Making the bend at the 7 furlong point, 4 flights left to jump. Felix Desgy being followed by Saint Felicien, Whiskey Sour in third, who's seeking to end a winless 4-year hiatus. And then DARASSO, Wolf Prince, and Petit Mouchoir. 4 to jump. Facing up to the first of 2, taking them back for the approach to the straight. Felix Desgy, who set off to make the running at a clip, is followed by Saint Felicien, Whiskey Sour. DARASSO has moved away from Wolf Prince, Petit Mouchoir, 6th of the 6th. On to the third last flight. Felix Desgy bowling along a good 4 lengths in front of Saint Felicien, 2.5 up on the third running Whiskey Sour. Then DARASSO, Petit Mouchoir joins Wolf Prince at the tail end of the field as they reach the third last flight, where the leader Felix Desgy stalled on the approach. Saint Felicien is closer in second, and then Whiskey Sour, DARASSO, Petit Mouchoir, Wolf Prince, their heads turned for home. Less than half a mile to go and 2 flights to jump. And the Betvictor Limestone Lad Hurdle, grade 3, it's Felix Desgy, stalked in by Saint Felicien in the pink and white halved colours. DARASSO makes a move on the outside of Whiskey Sour, and then Petit Mouchoir, who's ridden along. They've gone clear from Wolf Prince. They've 2 to jump. And coming right back into the laps of the leaders is Felix Desgy. He's picked off by Saint Felicien on the outside. Trying to throw down a challenge is DARASSO. Whiskey Sour goes for the inside. On the run of the final flight, and the Limestone Lad Hurdle, it's Saint Felicien and Robbie Power. On either side, DARASSO, Mark Walsh, Whiskey Sour, Paul Townend on the inside. 3 in a line up the hill, and it's DARASSO coming to take Saint Felicien. In third on the inside is Whiskey Sour, and it's DARASSO and Mark Walsh pulling away with the Limestone Lad from Saint Felicien, and Whiskey Sour third on the inside.
One big race of the day here. One of them certainly was the Betvictor Limestone Lad Hurdle. It's gone to DARASSO. Mark Walsh was in the plate, the local man. Mark, one of your happiest hunting grounds, and he's been a cracking servant, this fella, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a great little horse. He had to give way to everything there. Ideally, probably wants 2.5, but they went such a gallop there. It suited him. They went a right gallop, and his stamina came into play into the straight.
And you mentioned the pace there. I presume that was no surprise to you with Felix Desgy in there to go a good one up front, was it?
Yeah, definitely. It looked on paper that there was plenty of pace, so I was happy with just to sit behind Robbie Power in the favourite and get a lead for as long as I could. But as I say, they went such a gallop now, 2.5. It's probably his ideal trip, but his stamina came into play well up here.
Plenty of talk about the favourite coming into this, Saint Felicien. He had an unbeaten record to protect. Were you pleasantly surprised you were able to pick him off as readily as you were?
Yeah, going for the second last, I let my lad move up there, and he done it very easily. And Robbie was squeezing away and slapping away, and I actually missed the second last. and he got a length in front of me, but my lad was upside him soon enough again and went away from him readily enough.
It's been a fine season for this guy, isn't it? Without winning the Lismullen Hurdle, not disgraced in the Hatton's Grace. Do you think he can, even if he doesn't win again, he's had a fantastic campaign?
That's it.
Do you think he can?
He's a grade 3, grade 2 horse. He's probably not a grade 1 horse. He's a great money spinner for them kind of races. So hopefully he can stay around for a bit more. We got a few more of him.
Fingers crossed. I actually thought he was older than he was. He's 9, so you'd imagine he will with a clear run, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll be well. Yeah.
And Mark, you might not be finished yet. You shouldn't be, hopefully, because Champion Green looks to have an outstanding chance here. Early mishap at Punchestown last time, was it?
Yeah, saddle went up his neck, and I had no control, so I had to kick the feet out of the irons and pull him out. But it looks a weaker race today now, so hopefully he'll settle away better and be there to finish. And your final ride, one for Martin Brazel in the later maiden hurdle. Great win for Martin in the Thyestes the other day, obviously. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, there in Rocco, he finished second to O'Toole up in down Ryle on Stevens' Day. Looks probably a good race today as well. Now Willie has 3 in there, I think, and Henry Bromhead. But look, he ran well the last day. He seemed to improve from his first one, so hopefully he can improve again. Good man. Wish you well with those two. Well done again here. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.